If you thought your ex coming back was a bad idea, wait till you hear what scientists are planning. We're talking about resurrecting extinct animals. Yes, seriously, like nature's version of a reboot, except this one comes with tusks, claws, and the occasional ethical crisis. Thanks to gene editing tech and a pinch of scientific wizardry, we might soon see creatures from the Ice Age, or even a time before an asteroid hit the Earth. Let's dive into the wild world of de-extinction and a very important prehistorics that could be making a comeback. Number 1. Woolly Mammoth, the Ice Age's fluffy bulldozer. The woolly mammoth was the original snowplow of the tundra, massive, shaggy, and built to stomp. Extinct for 4,000 years, but thanks to DNA found in frozen carcasses, scientists are now assembling a comeback tour, like the Rolling Stones of Ice Age megafauna. Using CRISPR like a DNA editing app, researchers are splicing mammoth genes into Asian elephants. They even made mice with mammoth traits as a proof of concept. Woolly freaking mice. Imagine lab mice dressed for a snowstorm. Science is flexing hard. The end goal, a cold-resistant elephant-mammoth hybrid capable of restoring Arctic grasslands and slowing climate change. The idea is that mammoths would help prevent permafrost from melting by trampling down snow and keeping the ground cold. Mammoth landscaping, eco-friendly and absolutely terrifying. Colossal Biosciences is the company behind this furry resurrection mission, and they say it could happen by 2028. They're working with Harvard geneticist George Church, one of the most well-known figures in synthetic biology. His team has already mapped out key mammoth DNA sequences and plans to grow embryos in artificial wombs. The dream is not just to revive a species, but to restore an entire lost ecosystem, something known as Pleistocene rewilding. However, not everyone is cheering. Some ecologists argue that reintroducing mammoths to today's Arctic could do more harm than good, disrupting current wildlife and spreading diseases trapped in thawing permafrost. Others fear that the resources poured into reviving mammoths could be better spent protecting endangered species still alive today. Critics like Dr. Ross McPhee, curator at the American Museum of Natural History, question whether the mammoth we bring back will truly be a mammoth or just a woolly-looking elephant. We're not de-extincting, he argues, we're reinventing. But still, if the plan works, we might see the tundra thunder with footsteps it hasn't heard in millennia, and that's a future people are willing to dream about. Number 2. Tasmanian tiger, the marsupial that deserved better. The Tasmanian tiger, or thylacine, looked like someone threw a dog, a tiger, and a kangaroo into a blender and said, "Yep, that'll do." This weirdly wonderful marsupial prowled Australia and Tasmania before humans decided it looked suspicious and wiped it out by 1936. But plot twist, it probably wasn't even guilty. Modern science says the thylacine's jaw was too weak to take down livestock, so we basically canceled a species over fake news. Fast forward to today, and Dr. Andrew Pask and his squad at the University of Melbourne are on a mission to bring this little legend back. They've sequenced the thylacine genome using baby specimens preserved in jars for over a century. It sounds gross, but it's basically Jurassic Park meets Tupperware. To resurrect it, they're tweaking the DNA of a tiny marsupial called the fat-tailed dunnart and hoping it can act as the first marsupial mother to a creature extinct for nearly a century. Supporters say bringing the thylacine back could help repair Tasmania's ecosystem, which has been overrun with invasive predators like feral cats and foxes. Plus, it's got that cool "we righted a historic wrong" vibe. But haters gonna hate. Critics worry the habitat has changed too much. Others ask, are we making a thylacine or just a thylacine-flavored marsupial smoothie? Even Pask admits, it won't be 100% authentic. Still, you've gotta admit, seeing this striped mystery animal alive again would be next level awesome, and slightly creepy, but mostly awesome. Number 3, dodo, the clumsy bird with a comeback plan. The dodo is the OG extinction icon. Big, round, couldn't fly, and trusted humans way too much. Bad combo. The poor bird was wiped out within decades of meeting Dutch sailors and their ratty companions on the island of Mauritius. But guess what? The dodo might just rise again. Colossal Biosciences and evolutionary biologist Beth Shapiro have cracked the code. They've sequenced the dodo genome using high-tech tools and a lot of patience. Their plan: use the Nicobar pigeon, a distant, less goofy cousin, to edit its DNA into something much more dodo-ish. The real challenge now is finding a bird large enough to carry a dodo-sized egg. Spoiler, pigeons are not up for the task. Some scientists think reviving the dodo could help restore ecosystems and bring attention to the damage humans have done to island species. Others see it as a flex, proof of how far genetic science has come. But of course, not everyone's on board. Critics say bringing back the dodo won't fix the reasons it went extinct in the first place, like habitat loss and invasive species. Plus, it's expensive. One critic asked, do we really need a giant meme bird when rhinos are disappearing? Still, you can't deny the dodo comeback would be iconic. Imagine the merchandise, the dodo documentaries, the theme parks. Okay, maybe not theme parks, but you get the idea. Number 4, passenger pigeon, the feathered flash mob. Once upon a time, the skies of North America were filled with billions of passenger pigeons. We're talking sky darkening, forest flattening, thunderous flocks of birds that were impossible to ignore. And then, poof, all gone by 1914 thanks to overhunting and deforestation. Now, the folks at Revive and Restore want to roll back the clock. They're working on turning the DNA of the band-tailed pigeon, basically the passenger pigeon's chill cousin, into a feathered remix of the extinct sky army. They're using CRISPR to carefully swap key genes, hoping to one day hatch baby birds with the look and behavior of the original passenger pigeons. It's part science, part nostalgia, and part feathered chaos. Supporters believe their return could restore crucial ecological functions like seed dispersal and forest renewal. Plus, the idea of watching massive pigeon tornadoes fly overhead again. Kind of epic. But not everyone's thrilled. Some say the environment those pigeons thrived in doesn't exist anymore. Others worry they'll become pests, or just be genetically confused weirdos. Even scientists are split. Is it a pigeon or just cosplay? One ecologist joked. Still, if successful, it'll be the ultimate bird comeback story. Number 5. Moa, New Zealand's Jurassic feather monster. Imagine a bird taller than LeBron James. Now give it legs like a dinosaur and absolutely zero flight skills. That's the Moa, New Zealand's feathered tank. These gentle giants could grow over 12 feet tall and weigh up to 500 pounds. Sadly, they were hunted into extinction by the Maori around 1400 AD. But scientists aren't letting the moa rest in peace just yet. Researchers at Harvard have sequenced the genome of the little bush moa using DNA from preserved toe bones. They're now looking at how to slot that genetic code into emus or cassowaries, basically their scrappy cousins, to serve as surrogates. If they pull it off, we could have real-life thunderbirds roaming the forest again. Supporters say it would help restore lost ecosystems and biodiversity. Plus, let's be honest, giant birds are just plain cool. Of course, others are squawking about the risks. What would a moa eat? Where would it live? And do we really need a prehistoric ostrich stomping around our backyards? Still, if it works, it's going to be wild. Jurassic Park vibes, minus the biting. Number 6. Saber-tooth tiger, nature's knife-tooth throwback. Remember Diego from Ice Age? Yeah, the saber-tooth tiger was way scarier in real life. With fangs up to a foot long and muscles for days, this prehistoric big cat ruled North and South America until about 10,000 years ago. It's basically what you'd get if a lion hit the gym and then signed up for a horror movie. Now scientists are eyeing a real-life comeback. The La Brea tar pits in California have preserved some of the best saber-tooth tiger fossils ever found, giving researchers a DNA jackpot to work with. The catch? DNA degrades fast, and we're still waiting for a frozen specimen with enough genetic material to start serious cloning work. But that hasn't stopped teams from dreaming. Some researchers believe the clouded leopard, one of the saber-tooth's closest living relatives, could serve as a surrogate or at least offer some useful biological comparisons for gene editing. Fans of the idea argue that saber-tooths could help restore balance to certain ecosystems, potentially even becoming apex predators in environments plagued by overpopulated herbivores. But that's where the claws come out, literally and figuratively. Critics are like, hold up, you want to drop an Ice Age murder cat into today's fragile environment? Really? Ethical concerns, unknown ecological consequences, and the fear of just creating giant zoo exhibits are all on the table. But let's face it, if these fang-faced felines ever come back, they'll instantly become internet legends. Just maybe keep them off your neighborhood jogging trail. Number 7. Siberian unicorn, the prehistoric one-horned tank. Unicorns are real. Okay, not the rainbow farting, glitter-covered kind, but meet the Siberian unicorn, a 4-ton beast that looked more like a woolly rhinoceros with an attitude problem. It lived across Eurasia and might have survived as recently as 36,000 years ago. Thanks to fossil finds in Kazakhstan and Russia, scientists have learned a lot about this chunky legend. One specimen even helped confirm it lived alongside early humans. That means somewhere out there, one of our ancestors might have looked at this horned beast and thought, nope. Recent advancements in radiocarbon dating and protein analysis have helped reconstruct the Siberian unicorn's timeline in biology. Now scientists are trying to determine whether its closest living relatives, the modern rhino family, could help build a genetically modified comeback kid. But let's be real, this thing didn't go extinct because of us. It went extinct because it was a picky eater. It only liked a specific type of grass, and when that disappeared, so did it. Climate change? Meet dietary stubbornness. So even if we do bring it back, we'll have to baby it with the prehistoric version of a gluten-free diet. And if you think getting pandas to mate is hard, wait till you meet the Siberian unicorn. Scientists are excited, but conservationists aren't totally convinced. They argue that the focus should be on saving the 5 rhino species we still have. Bringing back a 4-ton lawnmower might not be the flex we think it is. Still, like a giant shaggy unicorn, count us in, just don't expect it to grant wishes. Where will these animals live? Will they survive in modern climates? What if they become invasive or just sad? Nobody wants to bring back a majestic beast only to have it depressed in a fenced reserve. But here's the thing, whether you're team De-Extinction or team please don't unfreeze the murder, cats, one fact remains, this isn't science fiction anymore. It's happening. The tech is here. The genes are being edited. The artificial wombs are warming up. So the real question might not be should we, it's what do we do now that we can? Let us know in the comments which extinct animal you'd bring back and which one you'd absolutely leave in the fossil record. Smash that like button like you're waking a mammoth from its icy nap. Subscribe for more mind-blowing science drops. And don't forget to ring that bell so you're first in line when a saber-toothed tiger walks into your recommended feed. Stay wild, stay curious, and remember, extinction used to be forever, but forever just got a sequel.